Hey guys, this is King's Talk. This is a podcast brought to you by King Arturo. My co-host is
Hazel.
DJ No Jumper.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Your boy J2 Sleazy.
It's your boy Sidewave guy.
ain't got no ways.
It's a work in progress.
Ain't got no way.
Nigga said it's a work in progress.
So today's topics we're gonna be talking about is the Asian hate in the Asian community. We're gonna be talking about transphobic, and we're also gonna be talking about rape culture and toxic relationships. Get this bitch out the car.
Actually, I do want to address, like, it's just funny how y'all like our food, y'all say y'all fuck with our culture, y'all pretty much like just like everything that either we do or we make, you feel me? But then at the end of the day, y'all out here going around beating up elderly people that legit didn't do nothing to y'all. For what? Like, I'm looking at the news, I'm seeing them either being shot, being jumped, being stabbed, like, for literally nothing. All because y'all making a joke about COVID, saying that, oh, Asians and Chinese people are the ones that brought that shit over here. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's just pretty much what I want to address is, like, why? Like, I just need an answer just to why y'all are doing this for what? Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, you're not going to get a direct answer. And thank you for saying that, though. But, yeah, no one knows why. This shit been happening ever since. It happened to every race. And then every time it happens to a certain race, everybody wants to ask a question on why, how, and who. And then every time it gets answered, it's just more shit that escalates. So it has, like, social attention and shit. It's been on the news. Everybody knows about it. Everybody's be posting it on Instagram. But they're just now starting to, like, put act into it.
Because they started, because what's it called? Me and Hazel was talking about it earlier today and shit. And the other day, what's it called? It's because we remember when George Floyd died, right? And everything that was kind of, I mean, there's incidents happened before, right? With police brutality and stuff like that with the black community. But the thing that kind of started off everything with the whole riots and stuff is when the cops, kneeled on his neck and whatnot. And so now, basically, the Asian community and also the black community too, they just had a protest, I think, in New York. But it's called Black and Asian protests and shit. Yeah. So the reason why that happened was because mainly you have Asian people getting beat up and shit, mainly in the Bay Area and all California. And now you also got other people from other places also getting beat up too. So now, with the incident in the salon when the 8 people got killed by the white person, everything, which is, he's a terrorist. Fuck that. But you know what I'm saying? Now the Asian community is finally going on protests and shit. So now, in April 2nd, in the Bay Area, there's going to be a protest in Oakland, California. I think they're going to start at the City Hall and then they're going to go down and walk to Lake Merritt for a couple blocks, which is amazing. Because me and Hazel was talking before, is that, Asian people, or the Asian community and shit, they're, like, neutral as shit, and they don't like conflict, which is an issue in their community because they should be more,
aggressive.
More aggressive to a point. I'm not saying they should go riot and, loot and shit and stuff like that, or,
Because with the George Floyd shit, when it happened, it was like the starting point. Once that shit happened, they shut down that entire state, and they had National Guard come and try and separate and, like, break out the riots and all other shit, and they just shut down the state. It's not gonna happen out here for sure, because it's been happening in the Bay when people been getting jumped, beat.
Yeah, no, but now what's it called? Now
they're not gonna like riot and shut shit down because
there's no need for rioting this time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's like
it's a different situation.
Yeah, it's like what's it called? Like, it's a different situation to a point and stuff like. So that's a good thing and everything about this situation. It's fucked up, but it's true. It's a good thing that now the Asian people are taking a stand for once and shit. Because, like, for the longest time, I was kind of getting mad because a lot of people was posting on social media, stop Asian hate and stuff. I was like, all right, cool. When's the protest is going to start going? And I think the main worry about the whole, because I know I'm going to be that person and shit for today. A lot of the blame was shifted towards the African American community because, of course, in the Bay Area and stuff, you have had a few African American and also people of color basically jumped and beat the fuck out of, and also killed an old Asian man too in San Francisco. Yeah. So now it was a back and forth, and it still is a back and forth and everything with the whole Asian community blaming the black people for basically being up, which is not only just the black community that's doing this shit too. There's also, I'm pretty sure, the white community also too. The one lady, the grandma, that beat the fuck out the one white dude. Oh my God, whooped his ass with a stick. The damn shame. Go ahead, say something.
So, like, about the situation with the black guys, about the Asian community and stuff, like, I felt like when that situation happened, they was blaming, like, they base it off of, most people do it all the time, like, we're literally, if one black person does something, they base it off of the whole black community, which is messed up. And like, I understand that situation happened, and like that's, I feel so sad that happened. But just because one black person does something doesn't mean that you can blame the whole black community, because we not all like that. Like, I love Asians, like, from the bottom of my heart, and like, it was sad that situation happened, but like, just because one person doesn't mean the whole race is just like that person.
Yeah, the thing about that too is like, it's not funny, but it's like humorous, because at this point, black people do that shit to any race. Like, I've seen black people be black people, white people attempt to be the Tongan. That shit ain't never work out. But it's like, only reason why it's like with Asians and it's just because it's more of it's the topic of this month. Everybody's talking about certain race on race crime, and now it's on Asians, because it's not just black people, even though it's been produced, like, we started it because it's been video footage and shit of black people pushing and knocking over and hitting on Asian people. Now it's like, oh, it got to a certain point where I seen it, it was just like black hate crimes and shit like that. I was like, I've never seen that shit before. But it's just like, it's not just black people. We've seen, like, black people have done some fuck shit. I'm not defending it, but
no, every race I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every race has been a part of it. So it's not race on race. It's just discrimination against Asians.
Yeah, no, but like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you know, like, us, like, people of color, like, minorities and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just, like, there's like what Martin Luther King said and everything, you know, it's like equality and shit, you know, preach for equality and unity and shit, which, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, the world is more divided now than it probably has been in a couple years and shit, because back then and whatnot, it was basically every race against white people, because, you know, what's that called? Like, white privilege and shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like back then, when racism was more fucked up, but, you know what I'm saying, when racism was more up there and shit, I feel like, you know, people of color and shit looked out for more people, you know, for each other, right? But now, since, you know, it's more divided than it was before.
I had to really, like, surprise you. That's true, but it's not true at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
no, like, you don't know what I'm trying to, like when racism was like a thing, and it was like discrimination against blacks, every other race used that as a stepping stool to get over on black people. Like, I shit you not. Like, the fact that we were put down so low to the point to where we couldn't go in certain restaurants or drink out of certain water fountains and shit just because of our skin color was so dark. Every other race used that as a stepping stool to get above us. So it was certain points of, like, way back when in racism, when Asian people would help talk about it, but it wasn't like really with us, because they seen that we were so down bad that they had a chance to get up and, you know, get higher in the social ranking. So there was the point in time where black people were like alone, but as it progressed and as shit came out, Asians began, like, more races, like, I want to say more races and religions began to help African American community, shit like that. And then now to the point to where it's been like, when the Black Lives Matter movement happened, it was like everybody stepped in. And it'd be the same thing if you started that, if you make that push for, like, the Asian discrimination shit, and then, like, they start protesting more, as you've seen, especially in Oakland.
I feel like they are going to start protesting.
It is, especially out here. Everybody's going to jump in that shit to protest.
Of course. Because, like, I feel like, especially, like, in the Bay Area and stuff, too, like, it's like, we're not divided, but, like, we, like, people of color and shit, and also, like, the white people, too, and stuff. Like, they have each other's backs and shit, which is amazing, but, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like it just took too long for a protest to happen and shit. Like, it took a little bit too long for that shit. I feel like if people started protesting earlier, and if the Asian community did have the support,
actually, I mean, yes,
it should have went to the point where, you know, 8 people died and shit in a salon
when it was,
for that shit to happen. It should have been a protest since, like, COVID happened.
When it shit happened out here, and it was like people was getting pushed over and shit. I'm not gonna say. Actually, I am. Fuck that. It wasn't really a need to protest. It was more of a, you need to point it out, which we did post, and then it was like, oh, and it was like more social. But after it became social and we posted about it and it kept progressing, and then it got more violent where they started getting beat and killed, like beat to death and shit like that. Then you start protesting. It took them to the point to where, I don't even know, like, the total amount of deaths, but a lot of deaths happened. And then they were like, we should protest now. You can't really, nobody's seen this shit coming. Nobody knew a white nigga was gonna walk into
I mean, that's
Nobody
like
knew he was gonna walk in and kill
I know
8
that's
people.
like with the whole like school shooter shit and stuff like that. Like no one knows
you
what's
don't
gonna
know what's gonna happen until it happens, and then you
But
protest
like
after.
you can, but
That's
like
kinda
there's signs of shit that is getting worse and stuff. Like I feel like the whole COVID shit kind of started off everything because apparently Asians are COVID and shit, which is fucked up. Which also like at the protest too, I feel like the Asian community should actually talk about like they should talk to the governor about because a lot of Chinatown and stuff in the Bay Area, they're losing business. Like a lot of Asian-owned businesses are like losing money fast as shit, are actually closing down.
Yeah.
So. And also in Japantown too, in SF and stuff, like a lot of businesses are closed down. And I see like people and stuff on TikTok and stuff that are like like, hey, you should come support this business. It's in downtown Chinatown and SF and stuff. It's it really needs to help the community and stuff, which is amazing. I really appreciate people who does that and whatnot. And oftentimes we do try to help out the community in some ways too, which we're gonna start hopefully when we broke at the moment. But
then if you also do think about it, people only do post that shit to really get clout, to be honest, bro.
Some
but
people.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Think about it, like people be like, oh, hey, y'all should come help out this business, or like, oh, they gave them some money and they act like, oh, I did something so good, but like, no, you didn't. Like, you feel me? Like, you made it like say like
You can't. With that, it's a 50-50 because you can't record it. Almost, I'm not doing this for clout because it still don't matter. But you can go. I understand what you're trying to say. Go around, shout out some businesses, and then that's that. But like,
yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, at the protests and stuff, I feel like the Asian community should really speak up and shit about like. The whole, talking to the governor and stuff to talk about, like, kind of lowering down the rent on the business and stuff. So it gives them, like, time to try to pay off their bills and shit. Just lower it down a little bit and whatnot. And also, like, the vice president, first ever black woman to be into office. She's from the Bay. Where is this bitch at? I'm not trying to call her a bitch, but where's this bitch at, bro? Like, she claims she's from the Bay Area. She claims she's from Oakland. And I haven't, unless I'm not in the news, like, I don't watch news like that. I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen her post. I haven't heard nothing about her, bro. But the Asian community, about everything that's going on, bro. Like, she from Oakland, bro. Oakland, California. She from the Bay Area. She high up there, bro. She vice president. She should be helping the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friend Hezekiah, you guys, you want to probably meet him later and stuff. He said Oakland is for the culture, by the culture. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't understand what that means, it basically means that Oakland, we are the culture. Therefore, we stay.
We're so diverse at this point in time. It's
I know.
like you can find anybody anywhere at this point because everybody is so different in Oakland. You can find any race here, and just it's so diverse and like culturally shared that it's fun to be in Oakland because you could drive down the street, see a whole bunch of it's just diverse as shit out here, especially in San Francisco too, just in the Bay in general.
Yeah,
it's a whole lot of different shit, and you grow up to love that shit because you around it so much. It's just like it's good. So whenever something happens, especially out here, we love to take point and try and like talk about the shit because we don't want that shit to happen. That's why out here we do a lot of protests about that shit because we want it to be known that we with each other and that we all support each other. That's really how we do.
Which is a beautiful thing about Oakland, bro. It's amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, hopefully the protest on April 2nd goes amazing. I don't know what time it starts, but I know a lot of people are posting about it. So if you do live in the Bay Area, I know hopefully me and Hazel will go if you have time. Mainly if you get the bike fits. I do want to ride my bikes out there in the protests and stuff. So we might be there. Everything, which is it should be good and whatnot. I want to see what the Asian community has to say and whatnot. Hopefully they do talk about stop Asian hate and stuff like that, and also the whole COVID stuff and shit. It's stupid. That's the main reason why they're losing business and stuff because they're
getting blamed for something.
Yeah, they're getting blamed for something that they shouldn't be getting blamed for, which is dumb as fuck. And I feel like people are like, especially like
you could say like over exaggerating, thinking like But like going back to what DeMorian was saying when he was saying that like just because one African American did it, it doesn't like like maybe all of them not should get blamed. And I'm not saying that that's not the wrong thing for people to see, but coming from their perspective when they see their people getting killed by that specific race, it changes their whole perspective on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they make it seem as if he's gonna do it, then maybe somebody else will. And what if it's me next? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like. Honestly, that's why maybe the Asian community is really not standing up because they don't want to take that chance to
They're too scared. They don't know who to support.
I'm pretty sure they seen when the George Floyd riot. You know what I'm saying? The cops.
It shouldn't be that like.
It shouldn't be like
that intense.
Level.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Floyd protest, it was literally like
it was like war, bro, in the streets, bro.
And they
it was bad.
Like black people like literally break into people's businesses and shit
for no reason.
No, that's the part I didn't
support. They were literally blaming on us to be like, oh, the whole black community.
Some of that
like,
wasn't us. We were
no.
It's
also white people too.
Being honest, it was Mexicans, whites. It was everybody.
No, but that's
everybody.
So if we're gonna talk
about they set the fire started
on
with
the
police
camera,
officers.
people see that it's just mostly black people. So of course they're gonna lean their head towards, oh, it's every black.
No, but then we started recording. It was a video. It was like the white lady was tagging the Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
She was like black, and the black lady was like, "Don't do that shit," because then they gonna blame it on us.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if Asian people want to go protest and stuff, you know, make sure, like, especially, like, the elderly, too. Like, I don't think the elderly should really protest.
Nor kids either.
No, nor kids. I don't think the elderly, like, you know, like, teens and stuff. Like people, like, you know, 14 to up and stuff, you know.
The regular minorities.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, we all got to look out for each other. You know, that's what we're here for and stuff.
But to go back to what you said before, and you was like, when Corona started, everybody was like blaming Asian. Like if they were already out here, they were kind of blaming them too. It's the same shit with Ebola. When Ebola happened,
yeah, everyone started blaming the black people.
But it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. It was more like of a joke when that shit happened.
Yeah, no, but like you know, Ebola ended fast as shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Ebola was more controlled.
Yeah, you know, because you know our president. I'm not a politician or nothing, but you know,
we're not gonna get deep into that one.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, like especially like. They labeled Asian as COVID, you know what I'm saying?
They were COVID. They were de-COVID.
You know, basically, and also Trump didn't help at all at the fact. So a lot of people was kind of hesitant about, you know.
No, but Trump was mostly the reason why the people pretty much hated us even more due to the fact that Trump called us a disease and saying that, oh, we're the definition of COVID. Like we brought that here, but we were already here before it even happened.
If anything, that was all Trump's fault. At a certain point, when you know this COVID outbreak happened, you shouldn't have allowed shit to come in and out of the United States. Yeah. You should have shut that shit down immediately.
But now, you know,
instead, he let them come in. Yeah. And he kept letting them come in, and then once it started spreading, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna stop it now." It was too late for that shit.
Yeah, and Barack Obama said that this whole COVID thing could have been done with.
They have a plan.
Australia is open right now.
Yeah, no. Australia is really strict. Like if you travel from there, you gotta wait in a hotel for 2 weeks.
When it started, we were okay, and once it started progressing, they said it like when I was in Oregon, they was doing that shit. They said it before. It was like they gave it percentage wise. It was like 90 to 80% of us stay in the house, like stay inside and like really like quarantine. It was gonna be over with in like a couple weeks, a week or two. And they was like, they gave out the numbers, and they were like, it was only like maybe, I think, I forgot. I'm gonna give a random ass number. It was like a couple 20 to 30% people actually quarantine. And they were like, if we keep doing this shit, we're gonna be in quarantine for years. And look where we at now, in quarantine, and it's been a year.
Yeah.
So
about to be a year.
So
technically it's
it is.
Oh yeah. So what's it called? Anyways, going back to the whole Asian hate stuff and whatnot. You know, we're gonna see how it progresses around a couple of weeks and stuff, a couple of days. It should be amazing.
We could for surely record that.
Yeah, we can be at the protests and stuff. If you guys want to catch us at the protests, I know we'll be posting this on my TikTok to spread more awareness. You know, you can definitely come catch us over there. I will set up a point so we can all march together. Recommend y'all bring a bike because you're going to be walking and we're going to be riding a bike and leaving y'all behind.
And to also say to those who just post the thing that's trending out right now, like that's what really ticks me off a lot about people that do that. Like, y'all swear y'all really do support people, but whatever trend y'all see on somebody else's story, you just take it and just post, go help out, like do something, you know what I'm saying? But that's what really pisses me off about people.
That's what happens, bro. Like we're in a generation where people want to hop on trends and stuff too. It's so bad because like when we were little kids and stuff, you know, back then before all these new kids came around, life was simple. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to trend hop and stuff like this, but now since the new kids come around and people think a different way now, it's like, what's the hottest thing out there? I gotta be on that trend. I need to, quote unquote, support these people. But it's not even
like being like that. It's just pretty much going off the fact that
I know they want to fake support.
You pretty much want to fake support, but you also want to fit in. But you've never been in our shoes nor our struggles.
It's just the thing, like when you take a post like that, and you like people do that shit. People do this shit with Black Lives Matter. They take a post, but you never see them leave the house and shit like that. It's certain people I can understand that shit because then again we were supposed to be quarantined, so it's people that couldn't leave the house, like Keith. When Keith to post some shit, barely, because he barely be on Instagram, but Keith to say some shit or post some shit about it, but he couldn't leave the house. Like, he literally couldn't leave the house. So it's an understanding.
No, there's an understanding, but
it's people that post that shit.
People that do that.
They post it, like, constantly, and they be out the house and shit, but they never been to a protest, never talked about it, never discussed it, never, like, said anything about it.
Or never actually lived through it,
but they have posted and then, like, just live their lives. Like, they don't really care. But it seems like they're fake supporting.
Because they want to get, like, fame or likes.
They want people to see it and think they about it, think they about the movement, and then they really not.
That's what I'm saying. The people that do that, it's just they never been in our shoes, nor our struggles, nor seen what we've grown up to see. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point, I know everybody here. I'm not gonna say everyone had a perfect childhood. I'm not gonna say everyone grew up the same. You know. But at the end of the day, it's like when you get older, you start to realize what reality really is.
Yeah, I feel like, like touching on that, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, Gen Z, we're gonna talk about this on another podcast. But Gen Z, like, it's a bunch of little kids and stuff who think they know stuff. Some of them do, some of them don't. It's like I feel like when they grow up a little bit more like us and stuff, hopefully their brains mature. If not, then our future or their future and plus our future ain't looking that bright as a nation.
I mean, the thing about Gen Z is like we got a lot of like smart people. It's just that everybody is so
childish.
No, not even that. We could say that for another fuck. That's a whole different.
Yeah.
Everybody is so like socially awkward and like anxious. Depressed.
So hopefully, so we're gonna wrap up on this topic real fast. You know, do want to say once again the protest is gonna be at the City Hall of Oakland, California. I don't know what time it is, but it is April 2nd. It will be ending at Lake Merritt, somewhere around there. You will be catching us if we have time to go out there. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we get the bikes fixed, actually. So
if it's early, we can go.
Yeah, so if it's early, you might see us and everything. We'll post on my Instagram. So, yeah, you definitely see that. We might make a video and stuff, protesting, so you guys can see footage of it. Should be amazing.
For sure is. Make a little vlog or something.
Yeah, a little vlog and stuff, see how it goes and stuff. Be there to support. Phobic versus super straight thing is, it's iffy, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are not really fucking with the whole super straight thing, mainly because the whole super straight movement was, I'm not gonna say it's stupid.
A joke.
It was kind of a joke I started, but I also see what the dude, I see what people mean by, like, you're super straight, you classify as super straight, because, like, us as straight male, like, we're all straight. We all like women, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I had a few people ask me this question in person too and whatnot, especially middle school and a little bit in high school, it's like I had like girls that would come up to me like, hey, what would you do if a gay dude was to kiss you? I said, I'm gonna smooth suck that man in his jaw. I don't want to be touched by a gay dude. I don't want to be, like in that way. Say no one wants to be touched in a way that they feel uncomfortable.
Does not mean that I'm a homophobe.
Yeah,
it just means that I have my limits.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, then that's why like a lot of like, especially women and stuff. Like, I'm not saying like, calling you guys out specifically, but a lot of girls and a lot of the LGBTQ plus, kind of target us men, us straight men about it. And I just like really peas my nerves and stuff, because like us as straight men, we like biologic women. You know what I'm saying? We don't like women that are trans, or man transing into a woman. You don't like gay people because they're like guys and stuff, stuff like that. That doesn't mean that we don't support them, because I'm pretty sure everyone else, we all have gay friends. We all support them. My Uncle Johnny, my uncle. My Uncle Johnny, he's gay, you know what I'm saying? I support him 100%, you know what I'm saying? If you like guys, you like guys, if you like dick,
Uncle Johnny cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like dick, you like dick, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it raw, you know what I'm saying? If you like dick, you like dick, bro. If you like coochie, if you're a female, you like pussy, you like pussy, you know what I'm saying? Keep it as is, if you're trans and you want to be a woman and stuff, and I know people want to identify as certain shit,
Go ahead and do that.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, if you want to identify...
You want to be a dog, go be a dog.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be a doorknob?
If
you want to identify as a doorknob, identify as a doorknob. I support you. We're not making fun of it, but, like, I'm trying to say, like, we support you, you know what I'm saying? We just don't like it when girls be like, oh, you want to date a trans woman? Like, a woman, she's still a woman? Like, no, I wouldn't. I don't want to date a trans woman because I like woman, like I want a girl who's born a girl. That doesn't mean I'm transphobic, but that's a lot of, like, not saying all LGBTQ plus community be arguing with us. It's just a handful that don't understand that us as straight men like girls who were born girls. That doesn't mean we don't support trans women and also trans males. We support them. We have our preferences,
Like, literally, I was in that situation before, like, literally. So, basically, a trans person, hit me up on Instagram. I was trying to be so cool and shit. So, basically, like, they was telling me, like, oh, like, I really like you. I want to be with you. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I like straight females. She was like, oh, well, I'm still a woman. You're being transphobic. I'm like, how am I being transphobic?
This is the thing.
You're still, like, I said, I'm sorry, but I like biological women. I wasn't trying to be so respectful.
This is the thing. You can't. Everybody is like transphobia. If somebody calls me transphobic because I don't want to date anybody that's transgender, then I guess I'm transphobic. But that's not the definition of the word transphobia.
Exactly.
Transphobia is being thrown out like it's just like it's a gift. Everybody's transphobic because they can't. They don't want to date someone that is transgender. If I want to date a female because she can give the birth to my biological child, then that's my preference. If you give me the option, the choice if you give me the opportunity to make a choice or a decision, and I choose my choice, my opinion, my decision can't be the wrong answer.
Exactly.
You can't get mad off of what I say. That's childish. That's stupid. But transphobia is like,
when you hate
someone.
It's like when you hate gay people and stuff. Like, none of us hate gay people. We support you guys 100%.
I got gay friends. I have gay family. Like,
you know what I'm saying? But like, there's an incident with me. This one transgender woman and stuff. She went to my school and stuff. She made remarks that made me feel uncomfortable as shit. And when I was walking down the hallway one time, she was like, "Ooh, damn, that's Arturo. I'm gonna lie, his ass look fat as shit in them gray sweatpants." I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." I looked back and I kept pushing. I was like, "Oh, My name's Arturo. She must be talking to someone else. She ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made me feel uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? And the farther I walked down that small-ass hallway, I kept hearing shit from her mouth talking about, I'm not gonna lie, I'll drill his cheeks smooth the fuck open. It made me feel uncomfortable shit. We all know who this person is. I'm not gonna say their name, but we all know who I'm talking about. So it made me feel uncomfortable to a very certain point. Do I still support her or whatever she want to classify as? Yes, I support him. I just don't want to be touched, or I don't want to hear shit like, someone is gonna go down on my booty cheeks and stuff. Like, I'm having a tattoo on my ass that says "Do not enter." right where my, that's the only tattoo I'm gonna get. I hate needles, but if I got to, I'm gonna get a tattoo right where my butt crack. Do not enter.
Every single person you ask if they like gay people, they're gonna give you almost the same response. It's gonna be, yes, I'm cool with them. I don't not like them. I'll be like, we have like going to Skyline. It was a lot of trans and gay people at Skyline. So you had to get used to it. You was cool. It didn't matter. It was like, a lot of them was cool. I hope with one of them, like a lot of them be cool. One of them graduated in my class and everything. But
for real,
yeah. But I've said in so many different situations to and about other people that I don't care what you are, who you are. If I vibe with you, I vibe with you. We cool. I don't care. If I can come out to you, because I'm very introverted. If I can come out to you and talk to you and have a conversation, it's whatever. I'm fine with that. That's cool. I enjoy that. I enjoy to talk to people, especially people I can connect to. That's like amazing to me. I love that shit. But if you are gay and you like boys and you start to rub on and or touch me in a way that I don't appreciate, I'm gonna act. You can't joke around with me like that, knowing that you like boys. I might take it as a joke. The first time you do it, you touch me, you slap me, it's cool. Cause everybody, I played football. But when you get used to that shit. But when I know you're doing this shit to get to me, to like either fuck around with me or trying to get at me, then I'm gonna progress and I'm gonna spit my mind and I'm gonna tell you I don't fuck with that shit. I don't swing that way. I'm sorry. So and if you continue, then it's bad. Then I have an issue with you. Then I'm calling you out your name and then I'm trying to fight you. That's that.
So with the whole super straight stuff, it's like basically like guys, because like we like the whole thing, like a lot of girls don't understand, like like us guys and stuff with the whole LGBTQ, we have a hard time dealing with it too. Like we don't we support you guys and stuff, but like when girls and stuff ask us, would you date a trans person? How would you feel about a trans person doing this and stuff like that? Would you ever date a trans person? Would you kiss one?
And we give you our honest opinion.
And you give us an honest opinion. A lot of you guys get mad and you guys are like, oh, fuck, you're homophobic, you're transphobic. Oh, you're misogynist. All them other fucking white words and shit that y'all be using. Big white words and shit y'all be using and stuff.
But then if we lie,
if you lie, you know what I'm saying?
We're considered pieces of shit because we lied about it. But if we speak the truth,
we get hate about it.
We get hate on it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie about it. If you ask me if I like gay people, I'm gonna say yes. But if you ask me if I gay somebody trans, no.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like the whole super straight thing, like at first did I rock with it? Yeah, I did, because like, okay, yeah, that means that because like people be putting out new fucking shit all the time and stuff like, oh, I'm a da 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 da. Now this is a new thing and that's a new thing and transracial. And
it was a joke.
You know what I'm saying? No, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was to say something and stuff, I'm not gonna say I'm super straight, but bet to God, I'm gonna say this shit bold as fuck. I am certified straight. I'll say that is. I am certified straight. I'm not super straight. I know I am straight, so that means I am certified on my shit. Give me a check on my arm. Certified straight, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I like pussy. I like pussy. I'm not gonna lie. That doesn't mean I'm not attractive. I'm not like, I'm like a hoe and shit. I'm not gonna lie. Some trans women do look like women, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, damn. I'm like bad as shit. That bitch look bad as shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that bitch be bad as shit. You know what I'm saying? But then I find out that they're not actually a women. I'm like, oh fuck, that's actually a dude. I support you, but damn, okay, like you getting it on, bro. You know what I'm saying? But at the point, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have sex with you. I'll be cool. I'll be your friend and shit. Obviously, I'll support you and shit. I just wouldn't want you to touch me in that way. Now, there is an extent to where a lot of people get mad because a lot of people go to clubs and stuff and everything, and they hook up with the trans women and stuff. I don't believe that a trans woman should be like, oh, by the way, before we hook up, I'm transgender. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like as a trans woman and stuff that you had to announce that you're transgender. You know what I'm saying? But now, if a guy was like, "Hey,"
well, why not?
No, I'm just saying because it's like
that means like you hook up with somebody and you sleep with them, you gon'.
But like, I don't feel like it's like something that it's not gonna come up though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like something like okay, let's say
it's gonna come up when you
eventually. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like let's say for instance, like let's say I'm a man, right? You know, let's say I'm a transgender woman.
The godliest thing ever though.
No, be quiet. So
having titties and a dick. tell me that's not the godly
Don't-
thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I
That's
accidentally
godly
watched.
as shit.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry
admit
about
right
it.
now. I'm gonna admit right now. I accidentally watched the hub, and I didn't know that I was watching the she-male and a dude fucking until I seen
I
a
watched
pair
it. I
of balls
watched it.
hanging.
I watched
A pair of balls hanging. I was like, what the fuck is? I said, is that a dick and balls? Oh, that's an upside down Mickey Mouse. No, I swiped out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not transphobic and stuff. I support you guys and stuff. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? If I don't feel, if a guy or if a person don't feel comfortable doing a thing or don't like comfortable about a subject or object and
I
stuff.
knew it was gonna go there for some reason.
I
knew
knew it
something
was gonna go
be
there.
said.
I don't
But-
care. If I
but-
think you're attractive, I'm gonna tell you.
Your name's hot as fuck in this
Oh no! I mean,
That's just me.
if she looks, if she looks
She,
good,
I mean, I'm
whatever
trying
she
to get at you.
identifies
whatever
as,
she
that's
identifies,
good.
whatever her pronouns is, if she look good, then
I'm complimenting you. You look
I
good.
give you a
Yeah,
compliment.
you look good.
But
You look good. If I was gay, I'll smash. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
But look though,
No.
if,
But hold on,
if
hold
it
on.
was
To
a
keep on
dude,
going, to elaborate what on Tura was saying though earlier about, you know, if you all go to the club and then the men get mad due to the fact that they find out later on that the woman is trans.
They should
I
ask
feel
that
like
beforehand.
I'm not gonna say that they should ask, but I feel like I'm not gonna say like as a trans or like as a gay person, you should tell the person straight up, you know, like you should be like, oh, before you like do anything with me, I should let you know that, and then like that would just make the whole situation just diverse from it.
Yeah, because it's just like the certain thing. You asking for consent. You have to ask for consent before you do anything.
Yeah.
Do anything.
It's just known to be. So I think, you know, if you're drunk as shit and you in a club and you see face and you like, oh, she bad as shit, I'm finna go take her home, and you take her home and she stop you and say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm trans, I think that's just the same way as you giving consent. Because I don't know you trans. I don't know what you is. I just know you look like a female and you bad as shit. So if you
Exactly.
stop me and say, oh, by the way, I'm trans, and then I proceed to continue, then that's your consent. But
Yeah,
if I say no, I'm fine, I'm finna go. That's me saying
open
no.
the door.
That's me saying no.
Like no matter how
consent.
drunk you
Yeah.
are, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just something that should be like, you know, just like something that should just be like
Talked about.
talked about, you
You know what
know?
I'm saying? Clarify.
Because then
Understand.
men over here say, "Oh, I fucked the trans bitch," or like they talk hella shit, and then they have the audacity. Like but at the same time, it's like it's the men's fault also because they were too horny to stick their
Right.
dick into something, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
true.
the fuck it was?
But at the same
Exactly,
time,
but
it's hard
yeah.
as shit to.
So
admit
like,
something
let me
like that to
explain
somebody.
something, guys. Let me explain something. I'm gonna use monkey logic. Oh shit. Hold on.
It is hard as shit to explain
Hold
something
on.
like
I'm
that
gonna.
to somebody.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna explain monkey logic. All right. This is the one TikTok you use this monkey thing as logic. Check me out. I think I got it perfect down.
This guy,
So check me
this
out.
guy.
This guy.
Go crazy. Check me out. So let's say monkey like chocolate, right? Monkey prefers chocolate. Monkey will eat chocolate, right? Let's say monkey doesn't like onion. Monkey don't fuck with onion, right? Now let's say you dip onion into the chocolate. On the outside is chocolate. On the inside is still onion. Monkey don't fuck with that. You know? You know what I'm saying? That's not the best way I can explain it. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Which is, I mean,
I hope you guys understand what I'm
for
trying to say.
people
you know
who
what I'm
don't understand
I like taco.
our ranting and the bullshit we say, that's probably the best definition. You like chocolate, but you don't like onions. You don't want to touch the onion. You don't want to eat the onion. You don't want to, you know, fuck the onion. Throw the onion out. You eat the chocolate. You fuck with the chocolate. You love chocolate. That's you. That's what you fuck with. That's what you want. You're attracted to chocolate. If I cover an onion in chocolate and I'm attracted to it because of the way it looks on the outside, then I'm gonna go for it. That's what it looks like on the outside. But if I don't know that it's an onion on the inside,
Kind of fuss up your shit.
it kind of
But
fucks
if
up
you
your
do
shit.
know, then you
But
wouldn't go
if
for
you
it, know?
tell me, oh, that's an onion covered in chocolate, or that chocolate,
eat
it
it.
has onion inside it.
You might eat it. You might not eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You have a choice. You have the opportunity to make this decision.
I ain't gonna lie.
If you force into this decision,
If
it's
we
kind of
talk about
fucked up.
food,
There's
I'll
some
eat
shit that
onion.
you don't want to be forced into.
Yeah. So we gonna leave it as is and everything. You
Okay,
know.
little bro, I'm gonna think something's like physically wrong with you.
That's
No,
just
let's
something
think
that's
it's
wrong
Wait, what
with
do you
it.
say?
If we talk
Said it
about
was
food for real, I
food.
would eat that onion. I'm just saying.
No shit, you
An
fat
onion
as
covered in
fuck.
chocolate, that sound hella good.
No shit, of course it has chocolate on you, fat bitch.
covered onion, nigga.
This man gonna be tripping over his titties, bro.
Leave my boobs out of this.
This motherfucker probably like fucking making a mustard off them bitches.
Oh, damn.
This man, motherfucker, drip chocolate on his
You eat
nipples.
raw onions?
No, bro.
So why would you eat an
I'm
onion
just
covered
saying,
in
like,
chocolate?
if I saw a chocolate covered onion, bro,
I'll
I'm
throw
eating
that bitch. What the fuck is you
I'm
talking
gonna
about?
bite it.
No,
I'm gonna take
I'm
the apple
not.
at first.
All right, guys, we don't.
So this is next topic we're gonna be talking about is called it's basically touching up on sexual assault, rape culture, and also
Toxic relationships.
toxic relationships.
Bad relationship.
We're gonna save the toxic relationship a little bit more ish for another podcast, but we're gonna touch a brief part about it a little bit. So
how it can relate to rape culture.
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, rape culture is like, it's a really touchy subject to talk about, because like a lot of people think, you know, me and Hazel were talking about, we seen a video on TikTok of this one black dude talking to a feminist, you know what I'm saying?
I will shout him out, but I forgot to.
Yeah, we will shout him out. I forgot your TikTok, but he made perfect sense. So basically, it was like, I seen like, you know, a lot of people posting about it now. There's like, oh, men are rapists, teach your son and stuff like that and everything. You know, I support the movement and stuff. You know, as personally, as like someone who has been touched without a female's consent, you know, I have not gave a female consent to touch me before. I know what to talk about. Like us, man, we get raped too. We just don't talk about it. It's weird as shit. You just don't.
Because
yeah, you know what I'm
if
saying?
you never really believe or respect it. Like it's funny because females would be like, oh, before back when they said they were raped, and they'd be like nobody believed them. If a man ever walked up to you and was like, oh, I was raped, like, no, previously, you wouldn't believe it, because you'd be like, just fight it.
It's, you know, it's a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't like talking about the story about like when I got, you know, raped by a female and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Going back to the subject and stuff, like I see a lot of people like, oh, you should teach your son, you know, this and this. And basically in the video we was watching today, and when I can't bring it up, but basically this dude was like, oh, you can explain better than I can. Basically when he was like, oh, if you can't say men are rapists because
it was basically saying how you can't say all men are rapists. It's just,
I don't know. You say that?
That's like majority of what it was. You can't say all men are racist because it was the same thing as you saying all gangsters is black. Everybody from the hood has to be black. If you hear anything about a shooting, oh, it's a black guy.
Or breaking.
That's basically what we were saying. Where you can't single out a certain race or group because of something that's happened. Even if it's majority of, you still can't do that. Because if something happens, if something happens and you hear about somebody got molested or raped or something, and you automatically assume it's a dude, and then you feel stupid when they say, oh no, it was a female who did it, and you would just sit there and be like, oh, before, like, you can't just say it's the same movement as everybody saying all men are trash and all men are bad, and you can say it, but it's just not right to an extent, because it's not everybody.
You know, say like also females rape men too, but you don't really hear about it because a lot of you don't believe it. And also, like, females do falsely claim men as rape and also ruins their careers and shit.
So also pretty much amount of
but I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to justify that, you know, all the rape victims that
we're not justifying,
you know, but like we're trying
to
to say that, you know, you can't say all men, or you can't say men are rapists and stuff, because you can't categorize, because I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? We all guys right here, right? If you say that men rape, you know, men are rapists and stuff, that's basically, you're categorizing us 5 people as being a rapist, which we're not. You know what I'm saying? We respect women too, in the point, you know what I'm saying?
I live with my mother my whole life.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't categorize like, oh, men are rapists. Oh, you're not rapists? No, not you, but men are. You can't say that. It's like saying, like what he said and everything. It's like saying, oh, a gangbanger is black. Oh, there's a shootout. It must have been a black dude. That's racist. If you say men are rapists, that's sexist. Leave it as that, as is. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you should categorize a rapist as a rapist, not as one gender. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, oh, let's say the words reverses of women.
All men are rapists, or just like, if you.
It's not it, bro.
But the thing is, when a man is like claimed to be a rapist, it's like basically men. Like if a man get raped, like it doesn't get as much publicity as a woman
getting raped.
It's never like equal. It's literally
if a male gets raped by a male, or like just get molested by a whole nother female, even if it's produced socially, it's just going to be passed on to the next. And
but
then
if it was
a female that would have outspoken and be like, oh, I was molested when I was like molested 10 years ago, instead of what happened a week ago, they would be more focused on what happened 10 years ago to her trauma, instead of this male who's just been molested and raped a couple of days ago.
But then, I mean, I'm not gonna say I want to defend females on this part, but then it's also just saying this, like, it's the same thing, like I said, with the African American, with the Asian, you know, like, the African American killed an Asian, the Asians think that all African
Americans that's a perfect.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
Now that the woman that had got sexually harassed, raped, or touched by the man that she did not give consent to, she's thinking like she's scared now, thinking that it's everybody that's gonna do that to me.
Which is an understanding that you can put out, and again, you can't really change that because that's just trauma. It's something I'm gonna say you need help with, even if you don't feel like you do or you're too scared to. You should, because you need that, especially to grow and to become better. You need to get through the trauma and the pain.
Especially
the only thing especially when you're in a relationship, and you get traumatized or something happened to you, you have to like be outspoken about it. If you can't be, then you should seek help from someone you trust. Only thing I want to say about it is that classifying everyone as a certain thing I would say disrespect, but it's not. It's more or less like it's just. You want to help me with that?
It's not really. You shouldn't do it. That's basically what we're trying to say. You shouldn't classify like a group of let's say Latinos. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, no, Latinos are drug dealers and stuff because you're classifying Latinos and Chicanos as Latino as drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what we're trying to say is that you can't classify men as rapists and stuff. You can classify rapists as rapists. In a way, because, it goes both ways and stuff.
Because even though the numbers are different, there are female rapists. There are...
So what we're basically trying to say is that, you can't classify just men, teach a man this, teach a man that. It is, if you're a rapist, classify rapists as rapists. We're not justifying the people who have been raped. Once again, talking from a person who has been touched by a female. I'm not justifying what guys have done to females, nor what females have done to guys. I'm saying, don't classify men as rapists. You know what I'm saying? It does go both ways. That's why I'm saying, and for example, you guys want another example of stuff, I will say this again, I don't repeat myself, and as too, you can't classify black people as gangbangers is racist. Okay. Classifying men as rapists is sexist. Leave it as is. You guys have a problem with it, I'm really apologize. But that's basically the world we live in stuff. Not everyone's going to agree with our logic. It's just, you can't classify a certain group.
Because it's like, there's stories of people, of boys, men, males, who say how, their stepmother or some cousin or extended family has touched them when they were younger and they couldn't fight it because they were too young. They didn't know what they were doing, or it was most likely an adult who did it. There's stories of people getting molested and touched when they were little, and they don't speak on it, and it's just like, there's nothing you can really say about it. And then you go on to hear, oh, well, men are rapists. And, you've been through something, you're traumatized, and you feel some way about it, you're going to speak out on it. You can't say all men are rapists when men are including in being rape victims. It's kind of fucked up if you think about it, because you can't really you can connect to it, but you can't connect to it when people are posting these stories. When you see it, everybody's been posting it, and I support it, of course. And they're like, teach your son, of course you would want to teach your son how to respect people, how to respect women, of course, because that's what they're going to be around. When you have a child, man or female, you have to teach them to respect any and everybody. It doesn't matter at that point. That's given at that point. But again, just saying that, you can't classify all men as rapists. It's like saying all black people are bad. All Mexicans are illegal. It's pointless. It's stupid. It's not necessary.
But I would say something though a little bit. Defending females who kind of feel offended to this topic and stuff. Like us men. We know what we can and cannot do, same as females, they know what they can and cannot do to us, and therefore, basically what we're trying to say and stuff, especially this is a quick message to all my guys out there and stuff, basically, just treat women like how you treat your mom to an extent, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you're respectful towards them, make sure that, you understand what no means. There's also other ways of females, and also guys saying no to your partner or to whoever you're talking to at the time and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and you just gotta respect each other. It's respect boundaries and stuff. Make sure that if you are talking to someone, set up boundaries that okay, this is somewhere you cannot cross and stuff. Now, to the guys and also to the women who has raped men and who has also did terrible things to women and men as a whole, rapists, to all the rapists out there and stuff, shame on you, bro. It's fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Shame on you. Shouldn't be doing it, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you were in jail, and, most of the time,
Most of the time when people get caught, when rapists get caught, and they come into jail, and
they
explain that, they get more than they ask people. Usually, it's a lot of shit that happens.
It's a lot of shit that happens.
So they get what they deserve. Yeah. It's that. When they
and
get
we're
caught,
not even saying that to just be like, oh yeah, they deserve it just because. No, they deserve it because it's for a reason, You know
what I'm saying?
It's like I'm gonna elaborate just exactly what Arturo said, and I'm gonna repeat it. Treat a woman as like how you would want your mom to be respected. You wouldn't want your mom to be touched. You wouldn't want your mom to be sexually harassed or catcalled by anybody.
You wouldn't want your mom to feel uncomfortable around people, especially out in public. That's bad.
That's way worse. Just think of that, but then imagine that you doing it to your girlfriend or she does it to you. You females and males need to understand that all of y'all grew up with mothers. I'm not going to say everyone did. I'm not going to say, everyone had mother and, father together, but it's at a, certain point to where you need to just understand that, Even though you don't have that figure to come actually help you nor guide you, you learn and you learn it yourself and you make sure not to do it later on in life. Because you know exactly what the consequences will be later on, That's just pretty much how I'm gonna elaborate. That's pretty much it.
I feel like certain boys like they mostly would give a damn about the situation if they was in that situation with their female or mother. Their mother was in that situation, they would go hard.
If it was somebody more closer
exactly.
to him, and like, you know, and the touch, it's like, you know, if your sister ever walked up to you, you know for a fact, if your sister ever said that a nigga touched her and shit, that nigga damn near be like, you know, it'll be a big ass issue.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and address this. I don't want to I'm not gonna say every detail, but my sister Savannah, my second oldest sister, she was leaving work, and she had got grabbed by a man, and we had found the dude. I was holding back to not literally kill this man. Like, trust me, if I legit, I would have went to jail that day. I was so mad to the point where my fist was shaking. I'm tears of frustration. I'm so heated. My mom's telling me not to do anything because the cops were already on their way. And my mom told them that if the cops did not get here any sooner later than 3 minutes, that she would have told me to get out the car and legit beat the shit out that dude. That's what y'all need to understand. Y'all think people getting raped is a joke, or saying, oh, she shouldn't have warned that she was gonna get raped, you know? But y'all need to understand, just because it's not your family member, maybe one day it will be, you know? And that's when you're gonna really be like, oh, y'all need to stop joking about that shit. It's not funny. But legit, 10 minutes ago, a week ago, you were just joking about a female getting raped, you know? Or a male getting, like, sexually assaulted too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what y'all little boys need to understand and grow up. Like, that's what I really need to address to y'all.
It's also like a touchy subject to the point to where motherfuckers gonna really understand that you either, you know, you grow up. When you grow up, you understand it. You start that shit early, and you start to like really understand and listen to people when people say. When you get older, shit won't be so hard. And I know a lot of motherfuckers that used to take shit like not serious at all. Just take everything like in a childish manner. And then Corona hit, and then people had to get jobs. People had to learn how to live on their own because you couldn't do much. You know, you had limits, but you had to grow. You had to grow up. There's a lot of motherfuckers I know that did that shit, and it hit them, and then they was like stressed out, so confused. And then there's certain people that I know, a very few people that was able to like go out about their business and do their shit. Like a lot of people I was close to. One of my brothers just had a baby, and he living his life still. He got his job, he getting his money, taking care of his kids and his girl. Like it's simple-minded shit. That nigga is no older than me. And it's just like, you grow up fast as shit, and you understand all this shit. If you listen more, you understand shit, it's not gonna be hard. But people just don't take shit serious. People want to live in the now. People want to live, they just want to do them. And it's like, it's certain people you're not gonna be able to touch. Certain people you're not gonna be able to get to and like explain shit to, because they not gonna take this shit serious. And you can get mad, but at the same time, you gotta understand that people is people. Everybody's different. Everybody understands shit in a different way. People's mindset is completely different than yours.
Yeah,
so you can't stress yourself on that shit, but you can put your issue out. That's all you can do. You can't get mad at somebody else's opinion or what they decide to do with their lives, because you can't change that. If you couldn't change that person before, you can't change that person, and you can't change that person later. They can only change themselves. So just don't stress on it, but at the same time, put your topic out. Explain your shit.
Pretty much the same.
Beautiful word said, bro.
Speak your shit, bro, to be honest.
All right, so
anybody guys, you want to talk?
No, we're gonna switch to the next topic.
No, but actually, I wanted to say some shit about the toxic relationship. Or is that for
you can?
Yeah, we gonna.
I don't want to say too much, but I'm just elaborate on toxic relationships. Pretty much the same as, if you and your partner know you guys are not ready for a relationship, or if you guys just think, oh, I like her, she like me, we're gonna be like, no, because it don't matter how perfect y'all really is. You feel me? It's just like, it just comes out to be like, at the end of the day, one of y'all mindset, like y'all mindset are two different things, you know? And maybe one of y'all might not agree with the other, and then which will lead to problems, and which is definitely the word of toxic, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's just like, don't pretty much rush into shit if you know you're not ready for it, you know? We're running out of time, so
we're gonna wrap everything up and everything. Hope you guys did enjoy this podcast and everything. If you guys did like it, make sure.
I enjoyed my tattoo too.
He got a tattoo. He had a tattoo.
Look at this shit.
So if you guys did enjoy our podcast and everything, this is King's Talk episode 1. You guys probably might not see these people ever again. You might see them every now and then. You might interview them.
You most likely might see him.
You most likely gonna see Quan. Most likely you might not see Demarin or Caleb. You can't really see Caleb. Caleb, come in the frame.
Whoa.
I like that. There you go. You can see Caleb now. He's in the back.
No way.
No way. So you got to sit on this.
This might be the group. This might be the group for the rest.
It might be. It might not be. You know,
we might substitute this nigga.
Whoa, pause. Why?
Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, we might, if you guys do want to be interviewed and you guys do live in the Bay Area, let me know. You know, follow me on Instagram at King Arturo 510.
You want to join the podcast?
If you guys want to join the podcast, you guys want to be interviewed and stuff, you guys think we should interview other people in Oakland, drop down their ads and everything. We will make sure that we will go reach out to them and interview them.
And don't worry, the podcasters won't always be in the car. We just lazy as shit today,
Yeah. So, hope you guys did enjoy the podcast. Hopefully, we can get this to like 100 likes. We take it. If it's 1K likes, we also take that too.
For me, 100 likes. For you, 100K.
Not 100K. I just want
100K.
10K. Are you playing with your PP?
Okay, but to wrap this up, y'all, Arturo will drop our ads in the. What did they say? How would you say?
In the description.
The description below.
There
So.
we go.
Subscribe.
And we'll probably
like,
post a
comment.
piece of this on
Oh, yeah.
TikTok.
Also,
too, so y'all-
subscribe, like,
YouTube,
comment
yeah.
down below. And hope you guys enjoyed the Clean Vlogs. Hopefully, everyone has a nice day.